Welcome back to the Sleepless Scientist channel. Tonight, our journey does not take us to distant galaxies. It does not lead us through black holes or the fabric of space-time. Instead, we are staying here on Earth, close to home, among the quiet and the green. We are stepping into the hidden world of plants. At first, they seem so still. They stand in silence, rooted in place. They do not run, and they do not speak. But if we pause long enough to notice, plants reveal a different story. They sense light and shade. They taste the soil beneath them. They stretch toward the sunday. They respond to touch, to sound, and even to one another. Plants solve problems. They trade messages underground. They share food, and sometimes they warn each other of danger. The green world is not passive. It is alive with secret life. In this series, we will explore those secrets, from roots that search like explorers, to leaves that harvest light, to flowers and fruits that ensure survival. By the end, you may never look at a tree or a flower the same way again. So get comfortable, let your mind slow, and drift with me into the secret life of plants. Every plant begins with its roots. Roots anchor the plant to the ground. They search through the soil, finding water and drawing in nutrients. But roots do more than hold a plant steady. They grow toward what the plant needs and away from what may harm it. They sense gravity, so they always know which way is down, and they can even sense nearby roots of other plants, sometimes competing, sometimes cooperating. From the roots rises the stem. The stem is the plant's highway. Inside are tiny tubes, one set carrying water upward, the other carrying food downward. Drop by drop, sugar made in the leaves travels to the rest of the plant, and water drawn from the soil rises toward the sky. The stem also holds the plant upright. It lifts leaves toward the light, where they can do their most important work. Because leaves are the solar panels of life, thin and green, they unfold to capture sunlight. Inside, tiny structures called chloroplasts turn light into energy. They breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, the very air we depend on. Roots search, stems support, leaves capture light. Together, they form the basic design of every plant, a design that has endured for hundreds of millions of years. Simple, elegant, and essential for all life on Earth. Beyond roots, stems, and leaves, plants have many special parts. Each one is shaped by survival. Some grow thorns or spines. These are sharp defenses that warn hungry animals to stay away. A cactus stores water inside, but protects itself with needles outside. A rose charms with its flower, yet hides its stem behind thorns. Other plants grow tubers and bulbs. These are underground storage banks. A potato swells with starch. An onion holds energy in its layers. They keep food hidden below the surface, ready for hard times, ready for new growth in the spring. Then, there are flowers. Flowers are the voice of plants. They call out, not with sound, but with colour, scent, and shape. Bright petals invite bees, butterflies, and birds to visit. Nectar is the reward. Pollen is the message. Through flowers, plants mix and share their genes, ensuring the next generation will grow. And when flowers fade, fruits appear. Fruits are packages of life. They protect seeds inside and often tempt animals to carry them away. A bird eats a berry. A deer bites an apple. The seeds travel farther than roots alone could ever reach. Thorns defend. Tubers store. Flowers attract. Fruits spread. Each structure is a strategy. Each one is a way. Plants continue their secret, silent story of survival. Plants may not have brains, they may not have nerves, but they still sense the world in remarkable ways. Touch, a mimosa, plant, and its leaves fold inward, as if shrinking away. The plant remembers the touch. If the same touch is repeated, it may no longer react, learning that it is safe. This is not thought, but it is a kind of memory, a living response to experience. Plants sense light with precision. They can tell the difference between red light and blue light. They know the length of a day and the change of seasons. They turn their leaves toward the sun, tracking its movement across the sky. Plants also sense gravity. Roots grow downward, stems rise upward. Even when placed sideways, a seedling will quickly reorient itself, finding its balance again. Some plants even respond to sound. Experiments suggest that roots may grow toward the sound of water. Others seem to react to vibrations in the air, though the mystery is still being studied. And plants live in a world of chemicals. They release scents into the air and absorb signals through their leaves. A plant under attack may change its chemistry, warning others nearby. Without eyes, without ears, without a brain, plants still gather information. They sense, they respond, and in their quiet way, they remember. The intelligence of plants is not like ours. It is slower. It is spread across their whole bodies. But it is real. In their silence, plants show us another way, that life can know the world. Beneath the soil, roots are more than anchors. They are explorers, searching through the dark. Roots grow toward water. They sense obstacles. They even change direction to find the richest soil. But roots do not work alone. They connect with fungi in the ground, forming thin, thread-like networks, called mycorrhizae. Through these networks, plants share resources. A tree in sunlight may pass extra sugars to its neighbour in shade. A seedling in poor soil may receive minerals from stronger plants nearby. This underground exchange is sometimes called the wood wide web, a hidden internet of roots and fungi, spreading beneath forests and fields. Through it, plants can also send warnings. When insects chew on leaves, chemical signals travel down to the roots and across to other plants. Those plants respond by strengthening their defenses before the threat arrives. What looks like a silent forest above is alive with conversation below. Every root tip is searching. Every fungal thread is carrying messages. Together, they weave a hidden community that binds the green world into one. So, the next time you walk in a forest, remember this unseen network. A quiet, living web where plants are not separate, but connected. Plants may not have eyes, ears, or noses, but they sense the world in ways just as real. They sense light, not only whether it is day or night, but the exact colour of light. Red, blue, far red. They measure the length of daylight, to know when to bloom, when to rest, and when to prepare for winter. They sense touch. A vine curls gently around a branch. A climbing pea finds its way upward by feeling supports in the dark. Even the gentlest contact can guide their growth. They sense gravity. Roots know to grow downward. Stems know to rise upward. Even when turned sideways, a plant quickly reorients itself, finding its balance in space. They may even sense sound. Some experiments suggest roots grow toward the sound of flowing water. Others respond to vibrations in the air, though the mystery is still unfolding. And most of all, plants sense chemicals. They breathe in signals from the air. They taste messages in the soil. A plant, attacked by insects, may release a warning scent. Nearby plants receive it and prepare their defenses before the danger reaches them. Without eyes, without ears, without nerves, plants still read their surroundings. They live in a world of signals that we cannot see or hear. For them, the forest is alive with information, a constant exchange of light, touch, gravity, sound, and scent. This hidden sensitivity is how plants survive. It is their quiet way of knowing the world. At the heart of every leaf is a quiet miracle. Photosynthesis. It is the process that powers life on Earth. Plants take sunlight, water from the soil, and carbon dioxide from the air. With these simple ingredients, they create sugar for energy and release oxygen into the world. Inside each leaf are tiny structures called chloroplasts. Inside the chloroplasts is the green pigment chlorophyll. This is what captures sunlight. This is what makes the world green. Each photon of light is caught and transformed into the energy of life. Without photosynthesis, there would be no food chains, no forests, no oceans filled with life. Even we depend on it. Every breath we take carries oxygen that began in a leaf. But photosynthesis is not the same in every plant. Most plants use what scientists call the C3 pathway. It is efficient when conditions are mild. Some, like corn and sugarcane, use the C4 pathway. This allows them to grow faster in hot, bright environments. And desert plants, like cacti and succulents, use the CAM pathway. They open their pores only at night to save water during the day. Each method is an adaptation, each one a solution to the challenges of survival. So when you look at a field of grass, a forest of trees, or a cactus in the desert, you are looking at sunlight turned into life. Photosynthesis is more than a chemical reaction. It is the engine of the living earth, the green spark that keeps our planet alive. Plants may look still, but inside they are always changing. Their growth is guided by tiny messengers, called hormones. One of the most important is auxin. Auxin tells cells when to grow longer. It gathers on the shady side of a stem, making those cells stretch so the plant bends toward the light. Another is gibberellin. It helps stems grow tall and seeds to sprout. Cytokinins encourage cells to divide, creating new tissues, new leaves, new branches. Abscisic acid acts like a brake. It helps plants survive stress. When water is scarce, this hormone tells leaves to close their tiny pores to hold in every drop. And then there is ethylene. It is a gas that helps fruit ripen. A single apple turning red can release ethylene, and soon the whole basket ripens together. These hormones do not act alone. They work together, balancing growth, defense, and survival. Through them, a seed becomes a sprout becomes a tree, a flower opens, a fruit swells, a leaf falls in autumn. Plants may not have voices, but hormones are their language within, a quiet system of signals that guides every stage of life. Plants cannot shout, they cannot run, but they do communicate. Their language is made of chemicals. When a caterpillar bites into a leaf, the plant does not stay silent. It releases special scents into the air. Nearby plants detect the signal and prepare their own defenses before the danger arrives. Some plants send out smells that call for allies. A corn plant, under attack, can release a fragrance that attracts wasps. The wasps arrive, attack the caterpillars, and save the plant. Flowers also use chemical signals. Sweet perfumes drift through the air to invite bees, butterflies, and moths. Each scent carries a message. Come closer, drink nectar, carry pollen. Even fruits join this conversation. As they ripen, they release aromas that say, I am ready to be eaten. Animals respond, carry the seeds away, and plant new life. Underground, roots and fungi also exchange signals. Plants can share warnings through the wood wide web, telling neighbours when pests are near. To us, a forest might seem silent, but in truth, it is full of voices we cannot hear, a language of scents and signals, a conversation in chemistry, a secret dialogue that binds the green world together. Plants cannot run away from danger, so they have learned to stand and fight. Some defend themselves with sharp armour, thorns, spines, and tough bark. Warn animals to stay away. Others use chemicals. Leaves may taste bitter. Sap may be poisonous. Some plants release toxins so strong that only certain insects or animals can feed on them safely. Even fruits use strategy. Unripe fruit often tastes sour or unpleasant. This keeps animals from eating it too soon. But when the seeds are ready, the fruit sweetens, inviting animals to help spread new life. Some plants trick their enemies. The passion flower grows tiny spots on its leaves that look like butterfly eggs. Real butterflies avoid laying eggs there, fearing competition, and the plant stays safe. Others form alliances. Acacia trees provide nectar and shelter for fierce ants. The ants patrol the tree, attacking any animal that tries to eat its leaves. In return, the tree is protected. Even when attacked, plants respond. A wounded leaf may trigger chemicals that strengthen the rest of the plant or send signals to neighbors so they can prepare their own defenses. Stillness does not mean weakness. Silence does not mean surrender. Plants survive through patience, through adaptation, through strategies written over millions of years. Every thorn, every bitter taste, every hidden trick is part of their story of endurance. When we walk through a forest or pass a tree on the street, it is easy to forget that plants are alive with hidden activity. They sense the light of the Sunday, they feel the pull of gravity, they taste the soil, and they breathe the air. They share food through their roots, they whisper warnings through chemicals, they form alliances, and they defend themselves with patience and creativity. In their stillness, plants are not passive, they are aware, they are responsive, they are resilient. Every leaf, every flower, every seed is part of a larger story. It is the story of life on Earth. Without plants, there would be no oxygen to breathe, no food to eat, no forests, no fields, no balance in the web of life. To see the secret life of plants is to realize that we are never alone. We live among quiet neighbors, guardians of the planet, who sustain us in ways we rarely notice. So, the next time you see a flower open, or hear the rustle of leaves in the wind, remember the hidden intelligence that lies within the green world, silent but not empty, still but never lifeless. The secret life of plants continues all around us, and we are part of that story too. Good night, and thank you for joining me on the Sleepless Scientist channel.